Tone deaf, I can assure you. You'll know quick.
Rhett, I know when we saw you on February 5th, you said we have skilled receivers, but a couple words you said which stood out is they haven't done anything.
Right.
From early impressions, mat drills, and first couple of days, the returning guys, Mark Pope, D. Wiggins, Jeremiah Payton, Mike Harley, do you see things to work with that group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the same. I mean, they've got ability. They've got a skill set that, hopefully we can develop and help them grow. And the first 2 days, all those guys have done a good job attacking what we're trying to do. And we got a long way to go. But, obviously they're excited about what we're doing, I think. They're buying in. And so hopefully, this is day 2 of the process. We don't have pads on yet, but hopefully we'll continue to improve. And those guys can, step up and do things.
Coach, your receiver just said it's not confusing. That's got to be music to a coach's ear.
Yeah.
How did they get adjusted to that tempo? Is
that is hard. I think they'd probably tell you that's a culture shock. It's kind of like throwing them in the deep end and let them figure it out. But the whole idea is for it to not be confusing. I mean, if it's a fast-moving game anyways, these guys have a lot of talent. They wouldn't be here. So if we can get to where they're reacting and playing fast in that respect mentally, then their ability takes over. And so that's what we're trying to get done. They're not there yet. 2 days in, they're still thinking a little bit, but for him to say already it's not confusing is a good sign. Look, you are what you repeatedly do, so we've got to build reps over and over and over, doing the same things over and over and over again to get in those situations when it's 100,000 people watching, millions of people on TV, 3rd and 7, and you can execute at that high level. It doesn't happen by luck. It's got to become a skill. So
that goes hand in hand with confidence, I would think.
Yeah. It does. If you know what to do, you're confident, you'll play faster, you'll play better. If you're unsure and you're hesitant, and anything any of us do, we're probably not going to play to our full potential. So that's the goal. This spring, we got to get our guys learning how we want to play. I think the first 2 days, they now understand what we want. We're not anywhere close to what we want yet, but they get it and they're buying into it. And the next step is obviously to get to where they're reacting, playing fast mentally, which will allow them to play fast physically.
Coach, obviously, DJ Dallas.
I can do 2 at once. Let's go.
That's part of the offense, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got to have a run-pass option,
All right, so DJ Dallas is obviously gone.
Yeah.
He's a leader here.
Yeah.
Just how is Cam Harris doing? Manny Diaz
Yeah.
is giving me a lot of compliments. What makes him special? And also I wanted to know about, what's his name? Knighton. Yeah.
Yeah, so Jalen, first and foremost, for a true freshman, 2 days in, I mean, again, we don't have pads on yet, but just his ability to have no fear and jump in there has been impressive. It's exciting that he gets to have a whole spring. Usually you don't get running backs this early, so I'm excited about that. You can definitely see his burst and some of the reasons he's here physically, so hopefully he'll continue to get better as spring goes on. With Cam, obviously I have no preconceived ideas on anybody, and it's, again, 2 days in. But what he did in the off-season workouts, I noticed. You could tell that he has some explosion, and he seems pretty focused. Whether that's the same or different than the past, I don't really know. In the first 2 days, he's done a nice job of just going out there and doing a good job and showing guys like Jalen how to do things. So hopefully he can become a leader for us.
I bet it's only day 2. You've got some important parts that aren't practicing right now and things like that. You've only been here a couple months, but your initial impressions on the talent base that you've inherited here and that you're trying to piece an offense together around? Yeah,
I mean, look, the guys here are all here for a reason. They were recruited to come play at the University of Miami because they have ability. I think as a coaching staff, we've not even put pads on yet, so it's a little premature, but we are excited thinking that we have a chance. And when I say that, I mean we've got kids that care, they want to win, they love Miami, they're fully buying into the coaching staff and what we're trying to do offensively. I know they believe in Coach Diaz and what we're doing as a program, and so that gives you a chance, and it's our job as coaches to help them learn what we're trying to do, develop their skills. We got to, one thing that stands out is we have speed and athleticism, we have kids that care and want to win, but we got to show them how to win. You can want something as bad as you want, but if you're not willing to sacrifice and you don't know what it takes to get there, there's going to be a disconnect. And so that'll be a big part for us as coaching staff, is showing them what it takes to win at a high level, how to get there, teaching them how to do things on a daily basis. And then I think, after that, it's just going to become, as coaches, us learning them what they can do well and putting them in position to be successful.
Interesting how the quarterbacks perform today.
I'm never really thinking that we're that good in practice. So I do think that they're trying. They have an idea of what's going on. Things are moving fast for them too. I mean, you're asking kids. Some of them have done tempo systems before. Some of them haven't. And so when all of a sudden you're asking them within 10 or 15 seconds to turn around from the last play, digest the call, and then snap it and execute, that takes a little bit of an adjustment. What I like about it is you play the next play. Like, you may have just thrown a bomb for 40. Doesn't matter anymore. The next play is all that matters. And you may have just gotten one picked off or knocked down. You got to go play the next play. And so it helps you have a short memory, but which you have to do at quarterback. I think they've all done well. It's hard when you're trying to rep a bunch of guys. And right now I'm trying to make sure I give everybody an opportunity to see what everybody can do. But their attitude's been great. We've got some ability, and so hopefully, like every position, as we start building reps, we'll start seeing consistency.
I know Coach Diaz said these guys are like in pajamas right now, but once they do get the pads on, I'm interested in your philosophy when it comes to offensive line and developing. Is this the period to sort of experiment with moving guys around, or do you want them to be kind of stuck in a spot to learn it?
Coach Justice and I think, agree on a lot of things, is that as soon as you know where guys fit best, you would like to keep them there. I mean, it's like anything else. If you're playing left guard one day, left tackle one day, center, right guard, flipping sides, it's hard to get really good at something. It's the same thing at receiver and every other position. And so the first few days is kind of a feeling out. We got to learn these guys. The hope is we've had 2 days now in helmets. We're going to have 2 days in pads before the break. Hopefully, we don't have all the information then, but we have enough to have a good educated guess at there's where we need to put these guys and try to leave them there the last 11 days, because now you can see who's going to really improve, who can get things, who can get better each practice. But ultimately, you'd like your left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle to stay there if no injuries and not kind of have to play musical chairs if that's what you're asking. I think that's like everything else, allows them to react, to play faster, play with confidence, and hopefully be more physical.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks, Rhett.
All right.
Thanks.